Today we're gonna save so much money you don't even know. In this challenge, I've gone ahead and restricted every single tower to 333 only to maximize the power of the discounts. Because we're gonna be playing on Qs and Chimsu to see how much money we can save. First off, special shout out to Chom Chom, who truly embraced the power of the discount village with his quote-unquote challenge run. Unfortunately, you can't stack more than 3 discounts at once, so that's why we're only gonna be running with 3 in this challenge. And for maximum greed, we're even doing an early game hero in Sada so that we can save up for, I think, discount village immediately. I don't know how many round Sada solos on this map, but hopefully enough to afford 3-0-0-2s buying any other defense ideally. This does ultimately mean, though, I do sacrifice a little bit of late game power. Now, there's also one more thing I should mention for the rule set here. The only exception for the 333 is the heli pilot. And this is why I didn't call it the tier 3's only challenge, because it's not as fun if not every tower can be discounted, right? So it looks like Sada's got more than enough of the tank to be able to get triple discounts. We're at 7.7k and counting. I'm just going to keep rolling until Sada hits a roadblock. Doesn't look like the roadblock is anytime soon, although maybe for 39. Nope, we're still good. 40, okay. I don't think the sword can beat all of the insides. No. Okay, 15,000. Let's begin discounting. Waiting till I got all 3 villages was important so that I can figure out how to place them in a spot where first I can triple discount the Chinook, and then triple discount the tier 3 tower that I'm basically just going to be factory Chinooking to its destined position. A triangle position for the villages is very sus, but we do get triple over here. And would you look at that, there's more than enough space for a Super Monkey as well. Awesome. So we're going to keep a tally of how much money we save throughout the run. At the end, I'll tell you the final number. Although the math should be honestly pretty simple. If all of our defense is tier 3 and below, then we basically save 25% on everything. So if you want the answer without even knowing the answer, just simply calculate how much money you would make from now until the round we die on, and then subtract 25% off of that, or take 25% of that. At least that's what I would do. Now, before even upgrading the heli to Chinook, I think I'm just going to upgrade my Super Monkey first, because, I mean, I have to upgrade it fully before moving it in the first place. So, no need for Chinook just yet. This is missing Camo, though. So right now, Sada and Downdraft has got to be all the Camo solo, but yeah, I want to get the Sun Avatar. I don't think it's all too surprising that the most expensive tier 3 tower ends up being, I think, the best for like late game survival in this mode. Because even though we don't have stuff that gives extra damage like Imprisonment and Glue Strike, those are both tier 4s, we do at least have tier 3 Alchemist buff, which looks like we can triple discount more than 1 tower in range here, so sure. Why not get that down as well, just to make sure we can survive even better. But with Sun Avatar being so OP, that basically makes a lot of the other tier 3 towers not as viable. So you're not going to see too much variety. You'll mostly just be Sun Avatar and supports. And there it is, 320. Now we'll have to get this thing and then move it to a better spot. Now, the only downside to doing a discount factory, which is personally what I like to call this setup, where you triple discount it, towers in a spot where they're shit, and then move it to their desired spot later, which I guess we'll do now. Let's make sure the very first Sun Avatar gets the premium position like here, and then we'll bring the out buff with it later. Now, as I was saying, the only downside to this is that I still need to get other villages, because I still want the Jungle Jumps buff, obviously, and the Camo Protection, and maybe the MIB, although I feel like for purples, other towers can probably clean that up, and they're not really a threat. But yeah, there's no choice but to get any buffing villages to be undiscounted. Ow, hurts the soul so much. But trust me, getting a 002 for just a 220 village is ultimately not worth it. Also, before I move the Alchemist as well, should fully cross-path it, I think with 320. That gives it more Alch shots, which is good for the Sun Avatar, because they eat up the buff so quickly. If I'm doing the math right, on hard prices, a whole 320 Sun Avatar costs, get this, $32.8 thousand. So the amount of money we save per Sun Avatar is 8.2k. That's right. Basically, with one fully cross-path Sun Avatar, you make the money back from your whole discount setup in the first place. Well, not counting the Chinook, but you know what I mean. Isn't that kind of crazy? You might think it's a meme, but like, genuinely, that's why discounts are so amazing in the right scenario, of course. You might think that maybe this discount obsession is a projection onto my real life habits, and no. At least I don't think so. I mean, I only cut coupons and via weekly sale flyers for like 20 hours a week. Not that much. Speaking of which, oh my god, is my age showing? Have we advanced technologically to the point where there are even many paper coupons anymore? I don't know exactly, but back in my day, yeah. You used to be able to find coupons in, like, part of a page of the daily newspaper. I bet it's all apps nowadays. Now, I think at least one Avatar should be a knockback for the utility. And this saves more than 8.2k because it's more expensive than knockback and... Actually, no, we don't need Ultravision. Unless GTs kill us. I'm thinking this one should actually be in the spot where the first Sun Avatar is because, you know, you want a central spot for the ones that have a little bit less range. So let us move this 320 then to this spot where it won't lose that much range. Also, I figured this might be a useful addition. I should have done it from the start, but now you can take a look at, I'm gonna update real time, how much money we have saved throughout the run for your convenience. This is not done automatically. I will update manually every time I buy a new tower. Speaking of which, I think the next tower I'm looking at should be a glue gunner. 023 mob glue. They're getting a little too fast for my liking with the speed scaling. So everything's got to be done manually, although I do have a spreadsheet that I just input every new upgrade I buy to, so can easily recalculate it. So now we're up to 29.4 with the 023 glue. Let's see if these 3 Sun Avatars can hold off. Very nice. I think we should stick to the golden rule of 1 alchemist per Sun Avatar, so I'm 1 behind that, but let me just use my 40k on this first, and then I'll tie it with this. And hey, there's another spot for another alchemist, so nice. We added 3 25% off towers in one go, just right there. Holy crap, talk about a return on investment. Almost $40,000 right now. Can you believe it? We would have 1 full Sun Avatar less of defense had we not done this. Just as some food for thoughts. How's 98? Can we beat it with no abilities? I sure hope so, because I don't want to see an early death. I feel like the fun is only just getting started here. How is round 100 with our 1 damage Sun Avatars? 2/3 if they're buffed. Honestly, it doesn't bode well for 119 right now with the amount of bad damage they have, but let's get to there first, and then we can talk. Anyway, I think it's time for Sun Avatar number 5. Yet another 320. I think now is where I want to add a new tier 3 to the equation. How about a good old unstable concoction? Reminder, this tower does a percentage of the blimp's HP as damage when they explode, so it's pretty good for group damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't scale with balloon scaling, so say if around 500 bat has a million HP, it won't do like a percentage of that, which would be what, like 10,000 if it was 1%. No, it's... I think it actually used to be like that in the past, but they nerfed it because obviously that got way out of hand too quickly. To that, I say fair enough. 103 is actually, I think, more annoying because the purples are in the way. So just decided to help that out a wee bitty. Oh god, oh frick, this does not look good. I might actually need a sword charge for this part, or can we hold? We held, but damn, that was scarier than it should have been for how early into the run we are, you know what I mean? Maybe this concoction can help out a little bit. Leaking. Time for another sword charge. She's at, what, 2 swipes? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe these Sun Avatars should actually be a bit Chinooked further to the right, because you saw they were getting cock-blocked from the BFBs on the same spot here. I did not take that into account, so what I'm saying is, like, maybe this here instead. But now my Chinook is on cooldown, so I don't have the concoction doing anything just yet. Speaking of which, how the hell did it hit 48,000 damage in such a horrid spot like there? Well, I won't question it. Still dead? Don't tell me. There's no way we're cooked this early, right? I can try to spend as much money as I can on the next Sun Avatar, but I don't know if the Plasma's really gonna do much. Come on, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I might need an Arctic Wind, I'm thinking, if the super cerams are an issue. I think we did it, though. It's looking good. Sheesh, what a nightmare, though. What a friggin' nightmare. Anyway, we've got Sun Avatar number 6, and now it's time to do an update since it's been a while. Up to, looks like $57,000 now. Not too shabby. Looks like we're just fine against DT, so no need to buy the Ultra Vision on it just yet. Do you think maybe we need a second Moab Glue? Yeah, I'm strongly considering it. I should also probably strongly consider a second concoction. Yeah, we'll do utility. Feel like that's probably what's best right now. And also, I think a 6th Alchemist I didn't get for that Sun Avatar just yet. Now, I'd like to even try to get these towers under the village as well, because they get Jungle Drums buffed, so who doesn't want 17% more cocks and purple glue? However, as you see, I'm starting to run really low on, like, usable space. So, the first that would probably go is just the Alchemist buff. I'd rather have my Sun Avatars get the attack speed buff over the concoctions and whatnot. So yeah, like, even this spot here doesn't have it, but it's got to be used for something eventually. Once I run out of space, because I will run out of space. The glue should definitely be under the Camo Village, though, because DTs I know are going to be an issue, so maybe right next to this Sun Avatar on the bottom is an okay spot for adding a second one. And there it is, Sun Avatar number 7. I feel like maybe I should go for more than 1301, because, I mean, at this point, with the sheer amount of blimps on the screen, I don't think this one is knocking back everything, so there might be some merit to getting some value out of that. I kind of am hesitant to put Sun Avatars down here, by the way, because once balloons reach the top side, it kind of will get cock-blocked really badly, and it gets cock-blocked at the exit too. So I think that's it. I'm out of space under the Jungle Drums. What do now? Do we dare buy a second village? I don't even know where I want to put it, or do we just simply buy Sun Avatars that simply do not have the village buff? As you see, the challenge is set to end on 140, because I know there's no way that we'd be at 140 anyway without the help of Azealia. So we're not going to end up getting to that last round. How about here? There's one. We should probably do some manually targeting on strong here, just so we pop this down faster. Maybe the knockback should be in first? Yeah. The other one's back on strong, though. But I gotta manually put it back on first for the other rounds later. Looks like we have enough, albeit definitely far from my liking. I think this is fair. For Sun Avatar number 8, let's get 302 on it. And this is okay to put outside the village range. It won't have the attack speed Jungle Drums buff, but it will be able to see camo, which I think is better than the alternative of having, you know, like the 320s out of the village range entirely. Looking at how 123 is, it feels like we don't need any more than 2 concoctions, because they're already getting all of them. Adding more won't really give us more damage. Sheesh, 900k. Yeah, just getting more of them would likely siphon pops away, rather than do anything else. I like here for the 302. Gets the top right section very nicely. Not gonna lie, I really thought this would have fallen off like a while ago, but I'm pleasantly surprised at how our army is doing without even being at full power. This strategy kind of reminds me of the OG days. I think this was a popular chimp strategy. Like, the fact that you don't even get embrittlement, because back in the early days of BT6, get this, embrittlement didn't give +1 damage to mob class balloons, only to the literal balloons, so effectively worthless. That was just one of, like, several dozen towers that were just completely garbage. So needless to say, balance changes have made everything go a long way. I kind of don't want to keep going for 302s because they lack range. Oh, if I'm looking at this, look, a Super Monkey can fit. I can Chinook one to squeeze down here, and that's perfect. We're getting oh so close to the elusive $100,000 saved. Can we do it? I actually don't think, from my memory, I think I've played a good amount of 130 plus runs pretty recently, but we make peanuts, I think, in the last 10 rounds, sadly. So there's not much more to be saved if we can't make money. Oh crap, 132. I didn't expect this round to be suddenly hard. But again, that's okay. We've got so many now that we have enough to clean up the backside. I'd say the only thing I could optimize if I want a chance of beating 140 is maybe the following. Let's move the 320 Alchemists back in Jungle Drum's range so they get attack speed, because I'm not going to utilize the spot regardless. I have an idea, actually, to get a little bit more juice squeeze. Let's wait for the DT round to finish first, which is after this round. Hopefully I don't need to use Sword Charge, please. Good. But technically, I don't need this under Jungle Drums and Camel range if we're good against all this. I think I do need it in order to survive, or no. You know what? No, let's get ahead of ourselves here so that I get the Chinook ability back up again. Indeed, it is the case. So I'm going to use the one more Chinook ability before the round ends to stuff this guy over here. $18,000, $19,000. Nope, that's not going to be enough to afford another Sun Avatar, sadly. Let's see if this can hold for now, though. And if it doesn't, what's the best single target for 19k that I can add? Maybe in hindsight, this should have been a 320 if the DCs were that easy. This looks like it's actually going to be pretty close. But not enough, right? No. That's not the last damage phase, and I don't think adding 19k of defense would give us 20% plus more there. So pretty much cooked, but at the very least, we can try and get more defense and save more money in the process. So I can't buy Sun Avatar. It's gotta be Robo Monkey instead. And that's it. I could spend the rest of the remaining 470, but I just got stuff that was kind of useful. And our final count is $95,240. Not counting the money saved by, you know, the other villages that were discounted, just for simplicity reasons. But that should give you some perspective. I was going to Chinook this thing down here, but I realized it's just going to lose range anyway. So we'll just leave it up here until it gets to the other side. Unfortunately, 4,000 extra damage is not going to cut it. And again, I know you could absolutely get past 140 with a different hero, but I want to save money off the bat, so it is what it is with the challenge. I do not think you can get a bigger Discount Village wet dream than this, though. G. If you want to watch more videos that feature the power of Discount Villages, then click here, or literally click on all my videos, because they're always worth it. Totally not hyperbole there.